Yes, thanks for staying with us on the Sports Show. Little Athletics now, Ando. You
mate.
are a life member down there, so I'm assuming this has got
10 years of service, yes, on the board.
All right, we'd like to talk about you, but we need to get over to Steve Marotti, really? Of course, who is the Program and Events Manager. Steve, thanks for coming in, mate.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, mate, over 50 affiliated organisations, clubs, whatever you like to call them, all around South Australia and in the country. I mean, seems to be getting, and has always been big, Little Athletics.
Yeah, so we've got centres from as far as Ceduna, Port Lincoln, also Mount Gambier the other direction, to as close to the city. Pretty much anywhere you live, it's probably one not too far away from you. And it's a great way for kids just to learn the fundamental movements, running, jumping, throwing and walking. And it's something that every kid should get involved in.
And what sort of numbers does that equate to?
So we get over 6,000 boys and girls doing Little Athletics every year.
Yeah.
Especially with the Olympic or Commonwealth Games year, it tends to spike.
Yeah.
But yeah, we tend to get good numbers year after year.
I went with my kids, Boca Street, Somerton Park. We went over the road, Little Athletics. I loved watching the kids do the high jump. I don't know why, because my kids were running and jumping and all that, but the enjoyment that you see from that age group, maybe from, I don't know, maybe 3 to 10.
Yep.
You know, just the smiles on their face. I mean, they're disappointed when they lose, but I think they enjoy the participation much more. Not so much focus on winning and losing, more on participation and enjoying.
That's right, and that's what Little Athletics is about. It's about being your best, and that's what the good thing about the sport is. It's not just necessarily who you're versing next to you, it's you want to be doing better than what you did last time, and that's the unique thing about Little Athletics is that even though you might get 15 seconds, your 100 metres, you go back and get 14.9, that's something to be proud of. It's not just about you coming third or fourth, it's about you being your best. So
I reckon in my time as a father watching my kids do athletics, I reckon they had more fun in between the events.
Yes.
You know, they just muck around. They don't get their personal best. I wonder why you're mucking around with all the kids. Yeah. I used to love chaperoning. I loved it. And honestly, there was 5 going for the basket of parents, because it's just so much fun, being with your kids, but it's, just see the enjoyment of improving. It's not about first, second or third or fourth. It's just about, them knowing what their best has been and give it a go and see if you can do it this week.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Parent engagement's a big part of Little Athletics, and that's probably one thing about it that's great. One of our philosophies is family fun fitness. So we encourage families to be involved, parents to be a part of their child's learning and be able to see their development go through. And with athletics being such a volunteer-driven sport, you've got 13 different disciplines to do. Obviously sprint, you've got long jump, triple jump, all those events, you need at least 3 or 4 helpers on each one, and parent helps a massive part in being a part of your child's learning something pretty unique and cool. So, yeah.
Warmer weather's just starting, Steve, so what's coming up for the summer?
So our summer track and field season starts very shortly. So registrations are open now, and season starts, each centre varies on when they start. So approximately most of them start about mid-September, early October, go through about March time. And then around May, we begin our winter season with some cross-country and race walking. But yeah, the big part, the track and field commencing very shortly.
Come and try. Oh, sorry, I was just going to say about
how do you get involved? How do you get involved?
So, first part, you can jump onto our website, www.littleathleticssa.com.au.
What is it? Little Athletics?
littleathleticssa.com.au. On there, you can jump on and do some, sign up for some come and tries, as well as register for the season.
You can do 2 of those, can't you?
You
Come
can.
and try the local club and give it a go and just see if it's for you.
Yeah, so if anyone new wants to give it a go and see if they enjoy it, you got 2 that you can go and give it a go. So go first week, then go again. We'll see if you enjoy. Sign up. We do have a come and try campaign in October, which is for free. So big month in October is free come and try campaign, and if you want to come along, give it a go. It's more than welcome.
Steve, I'm interested, 3 to 17 is sort of Little Athletics, so we see that as athletics. We saw Bowls a while ago roll out the night hours. Do you think there's a chance that athletics might roll out something for the frumpy 50-year-olds that, Ando and myself could come and have a crack at?
Well, there's a little bit going on with the Nitro Athletics. I think it was last year, the year before, and there was something around that happening, bit of more of a team environment, engagement sort of stuff. There was talk about it. There hasn't been much in that space at the moment, but hopefully will be at some stage. But we do have, for us from a Little Athletics point of view, our Rec Aths membership, which is a good opportunity for any parents that just want to be with their kids and actually do a bit of competition for a bit of fun.
That's fantastic.
It is great.
Do it at your centre, and it's just a little cheap membership that you can be a part of and still be a part of a club as such or a centre locally. So yeah,
it's a great pathway, isn't it, to a sport? I've always said to myself that you start doing hurdles, you start doing triple jump. It's all about balance and a bit of power in your legs and build your speed up as a youngster. Yep. And it's not your pathway, but it just really gets you conditioned like a Ben Hart and like a pool roos and so many of superb athletes that we look and they were on our walls as kids. They would have done athletics.
Yeah, so that's one great thing about athletics is it's a foundation for all sports. So we had the likes of sports stars like Leighton Hewitt, Warren Treadray, Brett Burton, yourself.
Oh, wow.
All athletic stateside I was in 1978.
Sorry, let's get back to you.
Slipped at the start, that doesn't matter.
So no, we've had a fair few other sports stars go through the athletics because, again, as I said before, it gives you the foundation to be able to run, jump, throw, walk, and that's pretty much. If you want to know how to play footy, you need to know how to jump, you need to know how to run. If you want to play cricket, you need to know how to throw a ball. That's one thing I wish when I was younger I did little athletics myself. I came a part of it about 4 years ago working here, and that's one thing I wish I did is did it as a young age because I'm a useless thrower now. But if I had that foundation at that young age, I would have been a lot better than I am.
Steve, is it frustrating a little bit for athletics in that you bring these kids along and you have an Ando that's an exceptional athlete and all of a sudden he goes off to footy and you lose that because all sports need those profile athletes. I mean, I know Usain Bolt's out here at the moment with the Mariners and we'll touch on him in a minute, but how frustrating is that to see him drop off?
Yeah, it's a challenge. That's obviously one thing that is disappointing, but it's something that we do embrace as well. Is we do understand as athletics being a sport that can be for those that need those fundamental movements, skills. We accept it, but it is a challenge. And the likes of Usain Bolt being a huge name, being here in Australia now is certainly exciting for us. Hopefully we'll drive some membership numbers going forward. But we do have some exciting athletes coming through with the likes of Curtis Marshall. He's
of course.
Up-and-coming pole vaulter who's unbelievable in what he's been doing. And we had the likes of Jared Talon and all that coming through as well, who have done exceptional on the Olympic stage. So we've got a lot of role models to look up to in the athletic space.
Let's talk about Usain Bolt for a moment. 9.69, he gets his first gold medal. 9.63, I think from memory, he gets his second. His fastest time ever, 9.51 indoor. Out here in Australia, I know he's playing soccer out here, but him coming out, a lot of people talking about him and athletics. Has it helped in any way?
It's definitely drove a bit of interest in it. He's more in the soccer space at the moment, but someone of his nature and his profile is massive. And for us, it will be interesting to see once all the registrations commence what sort of uptake that has, and hopefully it will bring a lot of interest, especially if he comes down. If he is definitely playing, he plays against Adelaide United and comes down here, that will definitely boost a bit of excitement from the athletics fraternity.
But I think what you said was so important, though, that you'd wish you had done a little athletics. I mean, whatever your career is, and whether you end up being a Usain Bolt or a Phil Smythe, it gives you a good foundation. But not only that, it gives you a community, and you're out of the house. You've got lifetime friends, that you're doing your shot put and discus and running between events, and it's a great atmosphere for your family in a community.
It is. No, it's something that being a part of the organisation I've absolutely loved. And just when you go up from centre to centre, you see that wherever you go. And even though I think it's seen as an individual sport, there is that team aspect where there's a lot of encouragement, a lot of family involvement. And one thing that we've been doing recently with, especially for the young ones, from 3 to 5 year olds, the Tiny Tots program, is we've really been developing that in the sense that we've revamped the program to bring to develop the fundamental movements skills for that young age group, especially that youngish age. And we feel like there's more to it than just that. We want to try and also develop emotional, social, cognitive development, and we want to make. Hopefully when they leave Little Athletics, if they do, hopefully we'll want them to stay there for life, but when they leave, we want to meet them to leave as good people, as well-developed bodies, and hopefully...
Can you chaperone the 3 to 5s?
3 to 5s, mate. No, I'm past that stage now. I don't know if I want to go back.
It'd be pretty tough grabbing that fast.
Trying to get more. Hey, Steve, just quickly, Rob Gerard's been a big push in the last couple of years to try and get the Commonwealth Games here to South Australia. As kids, we find some role models at an early age, maybe at 5, 6, 7, where we identify with someone. So I'm thinking, just track and field for a moment. Some of the greatest athletes would be here for the young kids to see, which then keeps them focused on track and field. What would the Com Games mean to athletics to have it here in South Australia?
Would be huge. Well, at the moment, we've finally got the SA Athletics Stadium as our only track stadium here in SA, and we've got one coming in Salisbury very shortly. But to have the Commonwealth Games would be massive, and for us, it would drive huge interest in the sport, and that's probably something that would need to certainly encourage a lot more. And we don't really get to see the hard part about athletics is a bit quiet. We don't really get to see those high-level athletes as much, and it doesn't have that attendance numbers like a footy would. And if the Com Games is here, at least we can more people get to see what it's all about.
Well, before we go, I was just going to say, I absolutely love my time with my 4 kids doing little athletics. None of them sort of went on, I'd say, sort of, finished their high school with sport, a bit of, social stuff. But they were in such great hands on learning the skills of life.
Yep.
And participating and being part of a great community. That to me was just so valuable for their for them as young adults growing up, and I really thought it was invaluable.
I agree with you, and the point Steve made is really valid. We've touched on it before. Too much time sitting inside on computers and playing those games.
Yeah.
It's great to get outside, A, to be active, but B, to learn some social skills.
Yes.
So,
and who knows what you're going to end up.
you don't know.
It's a
Steve, appreciate your time, mate. Little athletics,
Thanks,
you need to get your kids involved. It is a fantastic environment for them.
Definitely.
Stay with us. Plenty still to come.